now that my frag movie's been out for a while, I thought it'd be a good time to do a developer commentary on my own frag movie. And, you know, discuss stuff that I thought was bad. Or maybe good. Who knows? I should probably make this full screen. This is bad. I'm stupid. Okay, let's go. Okay, first thing first. I really dislike the slow-mo here, but it was because, you know, the camera's just recording at 24 FPS, so what do you really do? I tried to add some motion blur to the slow motion, but it didn't really help much since there was not a lot of movement, as you can see. Not a lot of movement, but the slow-mo was bad. Some would call it cringy. I would just call it not optimal. Here you can see a bit of Fuzz's face. I tried to. You can see I added the lens flare here. Oh, I'm so glad I can draw. You can see I added the lens flare here. That was to try to censor Fuzz's face out, but you can sadly see him. Hey Fuzz. And I did add. As you can see, it goes up. Oh yeah, the lens flare actually goes through his back here. I tried to simulate that by making it a bit more transparent. And when he goes out of sight, it goes the opposite of transparent, like parent. And then, yeah, you know, as you see. Let's go back a bit. Oh, come on. Okay, go back frame per frame. Yeah, you can see as Fuzz closes the door, it goes like more and more invisible. It's not the best way of doing it. I should. Oh, people are leaving mumble. What did I talk about? Oh yeah, the transitioning. I could have made this part better. What I actually really wanted to do, like I think of it like this is afterthoughts. I should do some masking with feathering, you know, so it's smooth. But I should have masked a bit so that. Get out of here. Just so it looked better. It's a small detail I should have done, like right here. I should have masked out the brightness. The brightness on the left side should have been not as bright as the right side. Like, you can see I should have made a small cut here, made all of this a bit, you know, opposite of bright. Darker. I should have made this darker and this brighter. A small thing that I really should have done, but I guess I didn't think of it at the time, because I really wanted to be done with this thing, even though I really liked it. Here's a small detail that only I will see. Can I go? I don't want to go back 5 seconds, and 1 frame is too little. Okay, now I'm gonna see. You see, they come from here. It's just a small detail that they do not actually hit the black bars. Small thing, I guess. Another small thing. The back that he's throwing is actually synchronized with the music when it lands. Nice. And as you might have noticed, pretty much everything is synchronized with the music. That was my primary goal of this frag movie. That's why some of the slow-mo is a bit that's why some of the slow-mo is a bit unconventional. Oh my god, Fuzz, that microphone stand, I didn't even notice, so much better than mine. Fun fact, there's Prim by Cube in the background. Just for fun. This transition right here was actually one of my favorites. It uses just what is it called? Something with real motion blur, RSMB I think it was called. And yeah, you just see, it looked pretty good. Here, the first slow-mo part here on the song is a bit unnatural. I tried to switch it up a bit, but I couldn't really think how could I make this look better. And I just left it as it is, because I didn't know. I just didn't know how to make it better. Okay, so you can see I did masking here. Small, minor mistake. You can see this area right here is blurred out. I forgot to blur this out. It's a small thing that you probably didn't really notice, but it should have been done. I should have moved this video, like, you know, the video itself, slightly to the left and then blurred them so they were like, you know, meshed together. Small thing, just small things to make it better. And there's, okay, I'm gonna talk again. There's a small slow-mo part right here that I'm not a big fan of, and people did notice it and said, is there something wrong with the video, because it just stopped right here. I tried to fix it, but it didn't. It went okay. You saw that? Oh, the small stopping part right there. I tried to minimize it, but it was important that there was a small slow-mo there, but it was a bit too much maybe. Okay, now a small thing that I did not know again how to fix. I don't see that. Oh shit. Ah, let's go a bit back. Okay, let's go back a bit. Okay, now you can see this whole thing. They are on two different tracks. This clip right here and this one. If you yeah, you see the zoom in? There's a small zoom in here because I can't really explain it, but I didn't really know how to fix this. I'll just say that, like, I didn't know how to fix this. You might think it's simple, but I didn't know how to. This zoom in only appears for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 frames. So it is noticeable. I just hope that you did notice it. That's what I wished for, because I really tried to minimize it. It has been worse. And then to this clip right here, I'm not a big fan of it. The reason was that I wanted to be really hardcore slow-mo right here while they were walking from choke up here, while the stick was hitting them. I really wanted the camera to shake here, so I didn't. As you see, I wanted the camera to shake with this what's called explosion, but I didn't know how to add it, so I just removed. Like, I just ignored that plan. That is why this clip is even here, just because I wanted the camera to shake with this explosion. I could have manually added it, but I was so afraid that I'd make it look bad that I didn't trust myself to do it. And the camera really only shake when you take damage. It's a POV, of course, but Fish didn't take damage at this time. Oh, was it me? I didn't take damage on this clip, so no camera shaking. I wanted to have it on, but I didn't really know how to do it. Okay, okay, let's go back a bit. Okay, the clip you see here, this one in the middle, that is around. What did I record with? I don't remember. I don't remember. I think I recorded with 500 FPS. Was it 1000? No, it was probably only 500. It was 400. I think. This in the middle is 400 FPS, while this POV is 120. It was really laggy. I didn't want to re-record it, so I left it as it is. You see, it is really laggy. Okay, right after no. Okay, after the second backstep, it went to slow-mo again, and I don't like that actually. I prefer that not to happen, but it was. It's a bit too late now. The vinegar clip itself, like the spy clip itself, was okay, but it definitely could have gotten a bit more polish. There's the screenshot. It's a thumbnail. Fun fact: this rocket doesn't actually hit him. It actually hits this thing. You can see that in the next clip. You see? Fun fact, you know, that's fun. Oh, right, you can see it anyways. Oh, right. Oops. The clip itself is actually really good. I polished it pretty well. I think it's good. That's what I think, at least. The second clip was not funny. Not fun. No, not entertaining. I had multiple thoughts on how this should go. The first one was I called it the glass effect. I used it later for the flare gun shot Jedi did. I was thinking of doing it here, but I was like, it actually doesn't really work that well. Then I was thinking about make it so that his weapon glue, is that the word, glue? Like glow in past tense, that it would glow white while synchronizing with the music. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't want to mask it because there was a lot of frames. Like, that would probably take like at least 2 days. No, not 2 days. Just 20 hours to do, maybe. That's actually 2 days. Let's say 10 hours. It probably take 10 hours to do. So I was like, no, I must find an easier way. I tried to record a green screen while trying to do the same movement as this heavy, pendulum. But that didn't work out because then the weapon didn't match up, even though I had the same view model, FOV and everything. It was just that I had to replicate it too perfectly, and I just couldn't make it. And in the end, I left it as it was. The green screen didn't work. The masking took too long, so I just left it. I don't like this clip just because it's boring. Also, a small thing here. The camera is static in the beginning and then it moves. I'm not a big fan of that. I actually want the camera to move at all times, but I forgot to move it in the beginning. Not really forgot, but I didn't plan to use the whole sequence only from here to there. But the problem was that the music was a bit longer than I anticipated, so I had to use a bit more. It's not that bad, but it's not what my goal was. I think it ended up okay. The slow-mo here is actually bad. I just think I should not have done that. But I did it for the synchronization with the music. But I still think I could have found a better way. I definitely could have found a better way of doing this. I don't know what right now. I can't think of anything right now. But I definitely should not have used this much slow-mo on this part because we just had like a fast scout running and I would just go to slow-mo. It doesn't feel natural. You see, I was synchronizing with the music. I should have done better, definitely. I can't think of anything else now. Okay, the transition from the scout to my smoothing was not the best. For anyone who saw, it's like, yeah, it's okay, but it feels a bit weird. The transition there is okay, in my opinion. I would say the synchronization on the 4 shots on the medic and the medic landing. I'm a big fan of that. I think it was well made, and let's continue. I synchronized the reload with the song, but that's about it. Nothing else. I chose to keep the clip normal, no editing. Well, basically no editing because the music was kind of down tempo at that point, and I didn't want to do anything there. I think myself personally, I don't like the idea, but I think for the general viewers, it was better. I think in general, it ended up better. I didn't like it, but you know, others might like that better. My original idea was actually to smooth the camera so it stayed under the staircase right here. But as Jedi walked up, oh, it's so dark. But as Jedi walked up here, you know, it wasn't possible anymore because now we no longer have the staircase. I have polished that transition. I'm still not big fan of it. It's just that it's not Googler. That's why I think it's slightly below average. Slightly below average. It's not. I'm okay with it. I can live with it, but I'm not. I still think it's better to have it than not to have it. But I might be wrong. Like some people, sometimes it is better just to keep it simple. I did keep it because I worked on it and I was like, I don't want to change this now. I already made it and I don't want to actually delete it. So I just tried to polish it as much as I could and it ended up like that. It's slightly below average. Wait, I need to just check something. Did I remember to record a microphone? Okay, I'm back. No synchronization, by the way. I didn't know what to do. The reason why this sequence is so long is only because of synchronization of music with Baby in a Million Years, where I dropped the Magic with reprocessing. A small linear blur there, just for added effect. Didn't really add much, didn't really remove much. I think it's fine. The med drop is a bit anticlimactic, I will say. It's not super epic. It's not that wow flashy. That is because actually, if I keep going, while recording, oh, but you can't see it, shit. But while recording, the smoothing actually goes below the ground, and that's what I while making while creating the smoothing. The camera did not go under the ground, but as I was watching the smooth part itself, the camera went underground, and I would have spent long enough for that. So I was like, okay, I could probably fix something with the editing. I kind of did, but I feel it's anticlimactic. That's the problem with that clip, and it's not it's not that great. A small thing about the rotation here, I think it's actually the wrong rotation. Yeah, Daisy is looking to the right, so the camera's moving to the right here, and then here the camera is moving. It's still moving to the right actually. Huh? Maybe it's correct. Okay, it's fine. I think that slow-mo right there was actually really good. Oops, oops, sorry, really good. And then the slow-mo right here is less good. Accidental, good transition. It was accidental, but it's good. Like the smoke part coming up, and then it's now first person. I think it's good. Oh, you can't even see him dropping the medic. It's actually a drop. Oh, she. Problem with this clip is that you might not read this that much because you're completely focusing on the subtitles. I don't know how could I do this better, but it's very important that you read this and the subtitles at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Bandicam and yeah, punch or something.
Another thing, the comms right here is actually not synchronized with the gameplay. I just took some gameplay so that you could see what was happening, and you know, yeah. What?
Yeah, I think he started lagging, then I think he's trying to.
He's online. Hello. That my internet crashed.
Yeah, we were pushed back to last because Pendulum was AFK, and you know, this is our last, as you can view that. And the point of this clip right here was that it was Golden Cap was like the last, you know, game, so we really had to win the Golden Cap, but Pendulum just like lagged out first mid fight, and the only mid fight on Golden Cap, but and we pushed back to last because we didn't have a heavy with us, and you know, and he came back on the last hold, and you know, we clutched it out.
Step it now. 3, 2, 1, step.
Focus on control.
Come on, we have to catch it. Go.
And then some happy people. Here's a small transition that Vibe sadly didn't know. Vibe, you little ding dong man. Okay. You can see that? Yeah, you can see now. The sniper's actually coming up here. It's not completely good, because you can see the sniper rifle actually only goes here. But I have everything with me. But that's because of the masking. Like when you look at the frame itself, the sniper rifle is shaped like that. But yeah, as you can see right here, it's how reality is. It's okay. It's okay though. Another thing, it's actually 2 different times for the sniper rifle. Like, it's 2 different sniper rifle moments. They're not completely synchronized, as you can see. I kept it like this though, even like hoping no one noticed. I recorded this clip with FOV, POV. No, I recorded this clip with view models off, and this clip is view models on. You can see I'm two different places. Hmm? Did you notice this now? Yeah, it's actually two different. Not best that well made, but it was so quick that I was like, people are not gonna notice it. And I was just lazy. Yeah, that's my fault. Sorry. Yeah, let's continue. Actually, no. Those two clips did not happen right after each other, but I made it so it looked like that. Another fun fact, this frag clip right here is actually a completely another match against completely other players. It was the same map though. What you did see him switching position. Right now he's in right here he's in Japan. Right here he's like, you know, there. But look at the kill feed. Okay, go back. Right now he's called Chicken Meatballs Fuss. As you can see, Chicken Meatball Fuss. As you can see, also the zoom in effect is actually, I like that. I like I zoomed in and then scope in. Yeah. Now he's called to Welcome to Japari Park, and it's against a different opponent. His kill streak is reset to 1. Whatever. It looks like a 6K. Oh, well, actually 7K, but I removed the spike clip because it was too slow. That transition to the mid drop is not good. I will be honest with you. I could not have made better. I could not have made better because it's a sniper frag clip. That means that when you zoomed in, the smoothing would also be zoomed in, aka the FOV would be much lower and, you know, zoomed in at the same time. So the smoothing had like a tight tick range, like from tick 30 to tick 200, for example. And that was like the only thing I could work with, because after the shot itself, he would zoom out, and there's no way of fix that with smoothing or editing. So I just had to make this quick. Also, you're gonna see zoom in effect. Yeah, I'm zooming in the medic, whoop, whoop. And then it looks like he's zooming into the sniper, and he's in another position again. Okay, you're gonna see some laggy stuff right here. This is laggy right here because the demo is broken. Everything before this is multiple frames, multiple ticks, but for some reason the demo file skipped ticks at right here. Which is why it looks so choppy. This is one of the better pendulum frags though. That track was pretty good. You know, it looked bad on STB. Another thing here that I don't know if you noticed, but it's something I tried to hide. It's the door that's open. I tried to minimize that as much as possible, but you know, a few frames of that. Let's go back a bit. As pendulum is turning, oh god, it looks so bad. Oh, it's because of the bitrate. Yeah, I thought this looked much better in editing, but low bitrate. Yeah, you can see. As you can see, this looks so weird, this transition, but you don't really notice it. And you see, motion blur is reducing, and now it's back to normal. The door is still open, but it closes very soon. There you go. I think the slow-mo here might have been a bit too much. Since the song was running out of time, I had to make the two last frags super quick. As you can barely see the demo man dying there, but he did it. It's one of my favorite frags actually. He also did a small mistake, but it was because Vibe wanted a lot of black screen time after this frag. Vibe wanted this to be black for like more than I wanted to. Because at this moment I actually hit the sniper twice with the crossbow, but I only show once but it's because I cut some stuff out. As you see, he's shooting right there, and he shoots again. He shot a bit earlier. My mistake. He actually shot earlier. This is just to show that one round, and Icewind clutched it out. This is, I think, it's the only way of portraying a win, because I couldn't smooth while he's dead, and this is happening. I can probably smooth while he's dead, I think. I don't know if that's possible. I never done it before, actually. But I thought, I think this is the only way of doing it. I don't know for sure. I'll pretend it is. This position is not the best. Problem with is that I wanted them to be in same position, but I forgot the camera angle. I completely forgot about it. As you see, on Icewind, it's like basically in the middle. Like, problem is I have a lot of free space up here. I should move the camera down so Icewind would be here and we can see everything. Problem here is again a lot of space. No, that's actually okay because soldier. But you see, Icewind's like, we're looking straight at him. Jedi, we're looking from under, looking like up. They should have stayed the same. While Jedi has, like, you know, desynchronization with the music. I also had that with Icewind in the beginning. Problem was that there was not enough recording time for that, so I had to keep it smooth all the way, or else he wouldn't land at the same position. This is what I call the glass factor, because I don't know what it's called. You saw that? Yeah! This is about it. I just zoomed in a bit, add some brightness and everything. Yeah. Again, I just kept it as it is. No editing, because I wanted some of the clips just to be nothing, but pure frags. Personally, I don't like it like that. Personally, I think it's too boring to watch that, but I think other people might like that better. You know, preference. Like, I can't appease everyone. That's sad. Oh, look at the low bitrate. Ah. I would agree that there was a bit too much slow motion, but that's not the worst part of that. That slow mo right there, it's like, it's real bad actually. It's too spontaneous, and it should be a bit smoother and not as slow. But it's because I want to fade to black as we touch the door. As you see, yeah, fading to black. This editing is actually really damn cool. It's a spy, green screen, as you can slightly see here. Like you see it's a bit green there. This step right here, there's slow-mo before the step. I think it was as well made as the one earlier on Viaduct. The one where he stepped the sniper. But after the step right here, I did I wouldn't say a mistake, but something that does not look that well. I actually sped up to synchronize with the third step. You see that? I sped up a lot. Let's try to watch it again. It actually does feel smooth. That's the funny part about it. Problem with this frag is the one right now, the soldier one, is that you can't really see what's happening. He's actually an invisible spy. I think this was really pretty well executed. It actually took some time because this is not actually 100% synchronized. I actually skipped a bit for like his landing process. So you see he's near this rock right here, and now He's like actually not near the rock at all. He's a bit further ahead. I'm not a big fan of this frag right here. I added it. Well, because of something that you'll see later. For two things. For the first, the effect coming soon. This right here. I spent a lot of time figuring out how to make this look good. I ended up with a product that was okay. No, I think it's okay. It wasn't that bad. This video actually has pretty low bitrate. I should have probably increased that. Small mistake. Small mistake what I'm talking about, that's a huge mistake. No, that's stupid. That right there was the reason why I kept this clip. I really wanted to add that. A scout running. It was, of course, as you know, inspired by the Highlander Challenge frag movie by Cube. Everything was inspired by Cube, okay? I tried to make Prim by Cube by calling the Xenon by Kimo. You know, that's right, okay? Oh, the water. I call it the water effect because it sounds like you're underwater. Okay, this zoom in part should have been a little better. The fade away should have been much faster. That was the only problem, I think. I think the fade away should have been much faster. And it's a slightly different fade away. Not just like boring fade, but I should have added like a... Let's see, we had 654. I should add something a bit something a bit like this. Oh, that's a bit too far. That fade away is slightly different. It's just because I added an effect. This frag is just boring. I don't know. It's not the worst heavy frag. The first pendulum heavy frag was the worst one in my opinion. It was just boring. It was a boring 5K. This one actually has some fun into it because this moment with the music right here. I wanted the song to say "ah" as he was falling down. Okay. Inspired by, I don't remember where it was from, but it was another frag movie. As the scout is falling on him, I wanted to keep it black. I should have faded away much quicker actually, but it stays black here as you can see for a few frames. Yeah, it's a small fade away, maybe a bit too quick. That was the problem. You notice it now because you know, now you know it. I should have done it so that it faded to black and faded away from black. I didn't do the fade to black, it was like insta black. Boom. But it did fade away from black, like from black to this. Okay, you see this? Right here, probably? Yeah, you see, again. I moved like from this video to this one. I originally actually also... Yeah. Oh, originally I also had that effect right here. But I chose not to because it looked really, really damn bad. I think it's a good frag. This frag is only good because of this heavy pick right here. I hit every single pistol shot, that's why I'm so proud of it. And I kept the depth, like, you know, the depth zoom in here, just for the next frag, as you can see. I could show, hey, no, I don't want to show the slow motion. You see? Hey, it looked pretty okay. And now a huge problem that I'm so angry at me, I was too lazy to fix. What the fuck is this camera angle? Like, what the You don't even see sentry. You don't even see anything. Why am I looking here? What action is over here? That's no. You don't do that. The action should be in the middle. Oh, sorry, this right, like in the middle. But instead, I'm showing it to the side. That's not okay. That is not okay at all. It was because it was recorded, quote unquote, after I was done. So I wanted to add something to this frag right here because it's a bit too boring to watch. But doing this was not okay. No, no. Now it's in the middle, of course, but only for a second. This frag here is super boring. Reason is that I had to synchronize with the music again. You see him jump, and then he jumps again. It was just really boring, but I did that just because, you know, I wanted to synchronize right here. I think the ending was actually good. I think it's actually good, and it looks really good. But the follow, like the build up to the last frag, like the last headshot here, was not that well. Wait. That transition was a bit weird, but it's okay. Fun fact, it's actually not Fuzz doing this, it's Fish. I accidentally swapped out the name tags. They're both starting with F, and I just pressed F on, you know, to find the frag, not the frag, the name tag, and sadly I got Fuzz instead. That was an accident. Whoops. And there's game audio, by the way. A lot of these frags actually don't have game audio. I don't know why Fish is so proud of this frag. I think it's actually one of the shittiest frags. He just spams. Come on. This transition is okay, except that I go invisible here. Another problem with this is that this 3D thing, I don't know what to call it. It was not that well implemented with the smoothing. I wanted to make that better, but I couldn't ask Fuzz to change this too much, and I could hear that he was like a bit, I wouldn't say tired of doing it, but it's like he didn't really want to work to like spend time on it, because, you know, stupid people know ambition and it doesn't want to work and stuff because it takes time. Okay, I shouldn't rant about that right now. Graphics by Fuzz. Kirek said he didn't see his name, but it's right there. Kirek, your name is right there. Shout out to Jill. He's actually the best person in the world. He's like a god. You should actually pray for him. Praise Jill. Royal Flush. I wanted to give an extra message for Royal Flush. Hi, Royal Flush. That I really like your voice, Royal Flush. I will send you the video after I'm done with it. So, and I would timestamp this right here so you can see the eyes. I like you, Royal Flush. Okay, we all like you. We all love you, Royal Flush. You're the best. Right after Jill, of course. Anyways, I tried to synchronize the smoothing right here, like the speed of the speed of the camera movement with the text here fading away. Well, not fading away, but, you know, going towards the face. Tried to, didn't. The text was a bit faster than the camera. Tried to synchronize the Fuzz with the actual clip with smoothing. Problem? Yeah, that's a big problem. Pendulum is standing here next to the door, while now he's standing here. I kept this a bit slow because it's still the last clip. Transition is good. Camera zoom out was really junky, like janky. I don't know, it was bad. I wanted to ask Fuzz to redo it, but I could hear he was a bit annoyed. So I was like, okay, maybe I should ask him. I'll just try to edit it out. It worked. It's actually 2 different times of the clip. There we go. You see? It's 2 different. The camera moved a bit, but it took this thing. This right here took way too long. I was like, gotta cut that. And you know, we got that. Camera not the same place. Oh my god, Foss, you're so rich, man. You even got speak. Okay, speaker's not that much. You even got a webcam. And then yeah, let's continue. The outro is not exactly what I thought of, but I really didn't want to ask Foss for more because, again, as I said, I don't think he didn't want to do it anymore. And then I added this extra voice clip because I thought it was funny. Kimo had a level 3 on last point of Gully Wash. We lost that push, but it was funny.
Nice!
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 Oh, and then Vinegar is doing something. He just captured. He just backcapped on the first round of Gully Wash for official. That's it. Oh, now you can see everything. Oh no, it's behind the thing. Come back, me boy. Oh no. It's fine. Come back. How do I get you back? Ah! Okay, I'll leave it here. That's my developer commentary. So.